Hey everyone, it's Genene here, welcoming you to day number 10 of your 30-day yoga journey. Today we'll prepare for the Sun Salutation B Series by focusing on the two asanas that are different than the Sun Salutation A Series, and that's Utkatasana and Virabhadrasana 1, or chair pose and warrior 1 pose. Today's theme is confidence, inspired by the warrior Virabhadrasana. Grab a chair and click that subscribe button if you haven't already. And then at the end, please remember to click the like button if you like this, and let me know in the comments how this sequence worked for you, preparing you for Sun Salutation B Series. Let's get started. Take your easy cross-legged position, Sukhasana, and once found, gently close your eyes. Today we're practicing warrior 1, 2, and 3. They're called warrior poses in honor of an actual warrior, Virabhadrasana. These asanas embody confidence. So draw your hands together, connect your thumbs with your heart, and from your heart center, asking yourself, what comes to your mind when you think of confidence? Your trust, by that sense of humility, expanded with hope, and from that, create your intention for your practice. Breathing deeply in and out through your nose, whatever you do today, gently release your hands down to your thighs, and let's come up to standing in Tadasana, mountain pose. Feeling the power and the strength of a mountain, feeling you're looking physically at your feet, parallel underneath hip bones. And let's begin with trust, trusting your process and your strengths, gazing straight ahead into your future. Now join your feet together for Utkatasana. And take your hips back. Squeeze your hips, lift your arms, inhale, stretch. Hold here, breathe. Feel the fierceness of this asana. Fire. Lifting up out through your fingers. And now cooling that down with Uttanasana, straighten the legs. Bowing forwards, you can bring your arms out in front of you or out to the sides, doesn't matter. But make sure you're grounding by literally touching earth. You can take your feet wider, tilting the top rim of the pelvis forward. Lift your belly off of your thighs and allow yourself that balance of humility here. From here, bend your knees nice and deep, but pull your belly off of your thighs and go back into Utkatasana, chair pose. Feel this fierce authority. You are the author of your yoga practice. Exhale, straighten the legs. Inhale, stretch your arms up, and exhale, bow into that Uttanasana. Step your right leg back, and then bring your back knee down to the ground with this low lunge. And then stretch your arms out behind you, extend through your spine, just like this. Gather the power in your pelvis. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, reach your arms up to the sky. Feel the softness, feel the femininity of this stretch here. You start to bring your hips forward. And then exhale, hands down to the floor. Step your left leg back, right leg forward. Stretch your arms back behind you so you're getting yourself to engage your pelvis, your pelvic floor muscles more specifically. That's how you know you're doing it, because you didn't fall over. Inhale, stretch your arms overhead. We keep making it more and more challenging, testing, so that you'll get stronger and stronger in your core here. And then exhale, lower your hands down. Now, going to do the same thing, but switch sides. The back leg's going to be lifted now for this high lunge here. And then, so fingertips or hands, whatever is on the ground, lengthen the spine, lift the belly off of the thigh. At the same time, so you're hugging the outer hips in towards each other. And as you bring your back thigh up, you're taking your front thigh down. Float your arms by your hips. Belly pulls in. You can really feel the support that you've created here. Inhale into crescent or high lunge pose. Reach your arms overhead. You can bend your back knee, adjust your pelvis, lifting the frontal hip bones up, and then straighten that back leg. So take another breath here. Feel empowered, feel strong enough to sink even deeper. And then exhale, hands down, and you get to choose whether you just step your right leg forward and step your left leg back, or jump switch. So to jump and switch, you got to keep the buoyancy of your hips. Lift with your hips and just bump. Right leg forward, left leg back. Float your arms when you're ready. So you got to get your legs nice and strong. Your pelvis is turned on. Pelvic floor muscles are turned on. Then it's easy to float the arms. And powerfully inhale your arms overhead, realizing with humility it's not about doing everything right. But if something turns out poorly, you'll know what to do. So you know if this isn't working for you, you have options. For example, you can grab your chair. You can lower your knee down to the floor. But you can do something. You have options. For fun, let's draw into the center of our pelvis, maybe sink a little deeper. And then step that left leg forward to meet your right. You can do it. And Tadasana. Now, from a strong, powerful Tadasana, inhale, stretch your arms overhead. Reach up through fingertips, but root down through your legs. And then exhale, bow. So this is where you get quiet. This is literally a quieting asana. So as you prepare for your warrior one, ask yourself, are you at war with yourself and others? Or are you championing yourself and others? No one's hearing your answer but you. So you can be honest. Hands to your hips. Lengthen your spine. Inhale, rise up. And let's use that chair. So grab your chair. Let's start with a chair seat. Hands to your chair seat. Chair can be right at the front of your mat. And then you have a lot of balance. So step your right leg back. Okay. So right here, what you're going to focus on is spinning your back leg into Virabhadrasana 1. which means the right heel spins down to the floor as it spins inward a little bit. This is what makes this pose more challenging because it's more narrow. The hips are closed, not open. Left leg bends nice and deep. Now, to make this work, take your lower legs, squeeze them in towards the midline, and then take your inner thighs back and apart from each other. Feel the widening of your pelvis. It goes right up into your waistline. And if you feel it, then you'll be able to lift that back inner thigh up, and right outer foot will get heavier. Now from here, you don't have to worry about balance, so this is where to practice this. Spin your rib cage from right to left. This gets a lot more challenging once we get our arms in the air, so take your time with this. And now take your right leg back, left leg. Take your right leg forward, take your left leg back. So see if you can take your leg back a little further than you thought you could. That's what usually happens. And then the first thing that happens is the front leg wants to straighten, so bend it. And maybe the back heel is off of the ground, so don't worry about that. First, work the legs. So if your back heel's on the ground, you just work on the lower legs draw in, the inner thighs broaden apart. And as you do that, you'll feel, might take a little time, but you'll feel the pelvis widening. And then you can reach down deeper and you'll get more weight on your outer left foot. And then the heel can come down. Knowing, here comes the humility again, one side is not always the same as the other. Turn your ribs left to right. Remembering all of this, because this is just lower body right now. Then we'll add the upper body. Step the left leg back to meet your right. And come to Tadasana. And when we blow through, we blow through. Sometimes you blow through a Sun Salutation. And these asanas get lost in the mix and you just try to keep up. So now's the time to break it down, to develop some serious strength. Turn your chair so the back is facing towards you. Let's go back to Utkatasana again. Join your legs together. The chair's there if you need the support. Knees bend, hips go back. Inhale, reach your arms overhead and play with how deeply you can sink your hips and still keep your heart lifting. Notice how this feels compared to your first Utkatasana of the day. Exhale, arms come down, hands to the back of your chair. Step your right foot back. Spin your right heel down to the floor. Left knee is bending nice and deep. If you need more room, walk your right leg over to the right if you need to, so that you can spin your hips more forward. So you're lifting your low belly, spinning your ribs from right to left. Now, the right heel is down. Push the left heel down, hands to your left thigh. Feel your belly lift again, turning ribs, keep turning them right to left. Inhale your arms overhead, lengthening your side body, back right ribs, moving forward. Virabhadrasana 1. One more breath here. Exhale, arms down either to the chair back or to your side. Step your right leg forward. Join the legs together. Utkatasana once more. Exhale, come to standing. Hands to the back of the chair. Let's try the other side. Virabhadrasana with the right leg forward. Step your left leg back. Spin your left heel down to the ground. Right knee bent. Close to 90 as possible. So your ribs, you'll notice they want to turn to the left. So you're turning them from left to the right as you lift your low belly. You can keep your hands on the chair back for support the whole time. Now pushing the left heel, that back heel down, lifting the back inner thigh. Push the right heel down and bring your hands to your right thigh. Lift your low belly, turn the ribs to the right from the left. And when you're ready, inhale your arms overhead. Feel both sides of your body lift, your back and front ribs lifting. Feel your back left ribs moving forward. Long, deep breaths in and out through your nose here. Exhale, left leg comes forward to meet the right. And remove your chair so that it's not going to hurt you. Come down to lying on your. Let's come down actually into child's pose for a moment. This is important. Come down to hands and knees, big toes together, knees wide. So as we're moving through sun salutations, a reminder, this asana is always available to you anytime you need it. Forehead reaches and touches the earth or touches a prop, like a block or a blanket, whatever you have. Arms are stretched out in front of you. Move your hips back and down onto your heels. Feel that stretch through your back and breathe into it. Now draw your hands underneath your shoulders. Use your abdominals to press yourself up. And let's come to lying on our backs. Shavasana. You can gently allow your eyes to close, telling each part of your body to relax. Visualizing, hearing, use whatever senses work for you. You know your rhythm, your cadence. And then you may stay here as long as you like. For now, thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Tomorrow. Namaste.